I was calling matches with wrestlers. I wasn't calling matches with any other commentators or any other trained color commentators. I was just staying busy and I loved it. It was stressful at times because I had to, some days I had no one to call stuff with, and then there were certain TV days on NXT where Beth Phoenix would come in and her and I would work on commentary together. We would work on like transitions, like quick little video packages or graphics on the screen, and then cutting from, a graphic to commercial. And you talk about like the sweetest human being you'll ever meet. That describes Beth to a T. She is authentically an amazing human being. And just that little time we had, like an hour every Tuesday before she would go in and do TV, that was a lot of fun. Like there's moments like that I'll never take for granted. Like I'm working with a Hall of Famer here and she's thanking me for working with her. I'm like, no. We're helping each other out. Trust me. I need all the help I can get. And this is an amazing thing. I'm happy to be here. And so it was little stories like that. Just still put a smile on my face. I'm very grateful for all that. So yeah, it was a wild ride. I mean, just whoever wanted to come into the booth, I would be calling matches with him. And that's pretty much how it worked.
That's super cool. Now with NXT, you were primarily an interviewer. With 205, you're doing commentary. For NXT, you were doing interviews, a lot of WWE.com stuff. I think you were there for the transition to USA Network for NXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that transition, and who often produced you for doing the interviews backstage? How produced were they? Could you go into that a little bit?
Let's see. Yeah, primarily I was doing the digital stuff for NXT. There was like a 2 or 3 week run where I got bumped up to TV because they didn't have anyone else to do the TV interviews. It was before they decided on Mackenzie as being the main TV interviewer. But
she's also great.
Yeah, of course she is. She's fantastic. And what was great about that is I didn't sit in on the meetings, the weekly meetings for NXT, because I wasn't part of that team. But a few people told me like when it came time to deciding to do the TV interviews, like 4 or 5 people said your name. And Triple H just said, all right, if you guys feel he can do it, fine. And luckily, every interview I did on TV for those few weeks went fantastic. I didn't have a lot. I had one with Keith Lee. I had one with William Regal, one with William Regal and Dakota and Raquel. And I forget who else. But, it was nice to do that. And otherwise, it was all digital. The digital ones, they happen pretty quick. You pretty much get an idea for what you're doing. After a while, they trusted me to come up with what I was saying. I would always make sure I'd run it by them. But for me, like my thing about backstage interviews is I want to make them realistic. Like I want to make them conversational. I don't want to, they sound so scripted in modern wrestling. They really do. And I'm not saying any one particular company. It's just how it's become. So it's, for me, I always look at things from a sports aspect. I just want it to be real. I just want it to be conversational. And so that was always my goal with the backstage interviews.